So I got my hair cut. I clean shaved. I wore a shirt and tie, and I was ready. So Monday came, and I showed up. I met with James Goodwin in the conference room. I brought my iPad. I had 13 different projects that were ranging from shingle, tile, Da Vinci, standing seam, PVC, TPO, videos, before, during, and afters. I mean, I just had everything. I was ready. So I sat down with James. I even brought my drone too, I forgot to mention. I brought my drone. So I sat down with James, and we had the interview, and he was like, you know what? I want you to meet someone. Okay. So he steps out, he steps back in, and I met Danny Mendez, the president of Beldon Roofing Company. I was like, okay, nice to meet you. And so he sat down, and we started discussing and kind of just talking about what Beldon's vision is, and just a little bit history about Beldon, and that they've been around since 1946, and just, what their expectations are. So I was like, that's awesome. That sounds great. When can I start? But then they go, one more second. We want you to meet one more person. So I was like, okay. So James stepped out, stepped back in, and Brad Beldon walked in. Hi, I'm Brad Beldon. I said, hello, sir. How are you? My name is Armando Matos. And basically, James was just like, hey, take a look. He has a portfolio of all the different jobs he's flown and all the different photos and videos that he's taken. And Brad quickly looked, and he goes, okay, this is exactly what we need. Welcome to the team. Just like that, right on the spot. James and Danny looked at each other, and they were just basically like, okay. And Brad was like, let's get the process started, get the background check, get everything going. And I said, wait a minute, hold on a second. How do you even know that I fly drones, or how do you know I'm not pulling your leg? Would it be okay if I can take you guys outside, and if I can launch the drone and just show you guys by maybe performing a drone inspection on the roof, or just kind of just showing you that I'm actually competent, more or less? And they said, okay. So we walked right outside into the yard. I turned the drone on, I launched it, and I was flying around Beldon's roof. And I started kind of doing like a, slow flyover, and I see, Brad's looking over my shoulder, and Danny's right next to him, and James, and then Brad starts pointing out, hey, Danny, I thought we were supposed to take care of this or do that, and just saying this stuff. And I was like, hey, no, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, but he was just joking around, but it was pretty cool. I mean, ever since then, that's it. I mean, I've been a part of Beldon. Basically, I started that week. The week I started was the day that Pat Frank retired from Leaf Guard. He was the vice president. So it was pretty fascinating, because I didn't know how big Beldon was until I stepped into the great room where we had the luncheon and just saw hundreds of people. I just didn't understand how big Beldon was, and how many employees it had, and team members, and just, it was really, really cool, because I got to see Brad and Danny and everyone talk so highly about this person that put decades of their career with Beldon, basically retiring, and I was just really excited, because I felt this is where I need to be. This is going to be somewhere that I want to be for as long as Beldon allows me to be here. And pretty much after seeing that, I spoke to James Goodwin, who's my supervisor, and spoke to Brad and told him what drones we should get. At the time, the Mavic 2 Pro had just come out, and I told Brad this is what we should get, and he says, whatever you need, let me know, and let's get it. And so we got all the equipment, and I've been here since. It's just been, it just kind of like baptized by fire, as they say. Created my own workflow, and basically just created and integrated into Beldon, and incorporated my services in the commercial and residential, roofing side. So working for Beldon a couple months in, I have James call me into Danny Mendez's office, the president of Beldon, and they go, hey, what does your week look like the week of Valentine's Day? 2019. I'm like, don't got much going on. He goes, okay, well, we signed you up to get your thermography certification level 1. I had absolutely no idea what that meant, what that was all about, but basically, they saw the vision when they brought me in that they wanted us to do, or they wanted, me to do thermal inspections, which they knew that they wanted that to happen before I even knew that I wanted that to happen. So they flew me out to Tennessee. I took the class, and you have to obviously pass to get the certification, but I was able to pass first time and get my level 1 SUAS thermography certification from ITC, from Flair. And then we were also, we got a new drone. And so really got into flying drones, doing roof inspections, using the drone for marketing, using the drone for sales presentations, but also using the drone for thermography. And we've had a lot of success with that.